Money on Fox Business Network. Charles, thanks for being here. You've been taking us through this. People are wondering how bad things are going to get. Some already saying we're entering this period of stagflation before actual recession. Of course, we would have to wait on multiple quarters of negative economic growth to see that that is actually happening right now. But what do you do in this environment? You clearly see politically people are not happy.
I think that's a hard question to answer, really, and I think that's the big conundrum here. You know, I look at it from all the angles, including stock market, where nothing is really working unless you invest in oil and gas because, you know, the Biden administration has declared war on it. But everywhere else, there's no place to find cover. This is a difficult situation. I can't even stress just how treacherous, how dangerous thin ice we're walking on as a nation right now. I think most people get it a lot more than even economists do. Certainly they get it a lot more than this White House does. And the next 60 days, the next 90 days are going to be so important. Now, we've got the Federal Reserve. They meet and they're going to act on Wednesday. They're going to start doing some things they've never done before. Remember, they printed up trillions of dollars, and they're going to try and take some of that back. They would like to engineer what they call a soft landing. No one believes they can do it, so how hard will the landing be to an economy that's slowing? This has never been done before. Again, this is treacherous territory, but I don't have to tell anyone watching this show. I was shocked only 70% of folks are upset. Yeah. It should be 100% because in one way or another, it's impacting everyone in this country negatively.
Wow. And we're watching the Dow. It's down 272 points. We just are coming off of the worst month for the U.S. stock market since the shutdown for the pandemic, March 2020. So the market's feeling it, the consumer's feeling it, and now big questions politically, who's going to do something about it? Here's the latest Washington Post poll with ABC on the party most trusted on the economy. And you look at this, and it could be very telling for what is to come in November, with those, a majority of those, half of those respondents saying they trust the Republican Party to handle this. And to paint the picture of just how bad this is getting, put the diesel prices up on the screen. Oh, yeah. We're already dealing with this supply chain crisis, Charles. I mean, you think about what this does to an economy and the ability to do business in this country. You've got diesel now, $5.32 a gallon, when just a year ago it's just over $3.
No, the diesel is so. I'm glad you brought that up because the trucks use diesel. These costs must be passed on. You got to think of these trucks, these big semi trucks rather, that course through our country. You know, they're the artery system, right? And they carry these products. I mean, that's why no industry can escape. Yeah. You know, I've got a guy coming on my show later on. He owns a wine store in Brooklyn. His prices have gone through the roof because the diesel in the truck has gone through the roof. By the way, Sandra, I got to tell you something, just to underscore how bad this market's been. The first 4 months of this year, the worst ever for the NASDAQ and the worst for the S&P since the Great Depression. Friday's close was the worst Friday close, the second worst in history. Ouch. We are in trouble right now.
All right, I want to finish off by playing this out. It's about 10 seconds. This is Maggie Hassan. It is yet another case of a Democrat breaking with her party and with the president because they're facing such fierce pressure over rising prices. Here she is. Listen.
I'm taking on members of my own party to push a gas tax holiday, and I'm pushing Joe Biden to release more of our oil reserves. That's how we lower costs and get through these times.
Because if the White House isn't saying what they're going to do about this, these individual Democrats, they're going to have to show that they're on it.
Yeah. Miss Maggie could have gone a step further, though, and said, I'm pushing this White House to call a halt to the war on fossil fuels. We are blessed as a nation to have this under our feet. You talk about rising prices of food. That's because fertilizer prices depend on natural gas. If you send natural gas prices higher, you send fertilizer higher. You send fertilizer higher. We're talking about a food emergency in the United States of America that's self-inflicted by this White House. This is nuts, Sandra. It's nuts.
And just real quickly, I want to finish up with on the possibility of an extended amount of student loan forgiveness in this country, because at the same time that we just chewed on inflation skyrocketing all over this country, Charles, double-digit increases in some parts of the country as we speak. This is an administration that says that they're going to be willing to spend more money in an inflationary, historic environment. What do you think of the president's move on this?
It's horrific. It is the most elitist thing that I've ever seen in my life. It is so elitist. Now the Democrats are the party of the rich. To say, oh, well, we'll limit it to people making 150 grand or couples making 300,000. That's his sweet spot. You know, college-educated folks around 29 years old who, by the way, also got child tax care credits. They do not need the money. Just because they can't buy a house as early as their mom and dad did, they're going to enjoy the American dream better than anyone else in this country. Let them pay their debt. And by the way, adding another $300 to $900 billion in an overheated economy is nuts. It is suicidal.
Wow.
It doesn't make sense other than trying to buy votes ahead of the midterm election.
Charles, good to have you here.
Tell Bill I said hi.
You never hold back. Never hold back. He says hi.
Hey, so Charles, I was telling Smitty I saw you in the hall about a week ago. And I said, Charles, how are you going to make money in this economy? And you said cash.
Cash.
And you said patience.
Yeah, cash and patience. You got to wait this one out. The good news is stocks always get oversold. The bad news, it doesn't have to be this hard, but it is.
You know how remarkable that is from Charles? Because he is the ultimate optimist. He's much like Larry Kudlow when it comes to the U.S. stock market and the American economy. They want to be as optimistic as possible, but you have to be realistic.
Charles runs with the bulls.
Yeah.